Welcome back to Side Down TV, the punk rock opinion show with me, Geoff.
And Danny.
And today we're doing our top 5 albums of the 2020s so far.
Well, before we get started, you can probably see I'm not very impressed. I've got an angry look on my face, and that is because we've just filmed this whole episode, gone to put it on YouTube, and then just finally realised it didn't even record the audio. Yeah. So
this is our second attempt at the top 5 albums of the 2020s so far. Yeah. So what can we say though about punk and hardcore in the 2020s?
So we spoke with me in the video we did on the 2010s, quite a few episodes ago, about how bands around that time were starting to really push the boundaries of what hardcore is. Yeah. Interesting instrumentation. Yeah. Influences from other genres of music. Yeah. And that has carried on, I think, into the 2020s.
100%, yeah. It's definitely pushing boundaries, like you say, influences all over the place. And, it could be an exciting time, especially if you don't mind a bit of variety in your punk and your hardcore sound. So, with that said, do you want to kick us off?
Yeah, go on, I'll kick us off. And talking about, things being a bit more experimental now and a bit more avant-garde, shall we say. I've gone for probably the first pick, is probably the first of mine, is probably the most experimental, although not much because I am a bit of a traditionalist, but I've gone for Long Knife, Curbstomp, Death. Now, Long Knife, anyone who knows Long Knife knows the real Poison Idea 80s influenced hardcore band. Mm-hmm. This album, however, which is their newest album, has got a few interesting instrumentations going on. There's like keyboards and all sorts of stuff. It's probably something I wouldn't normally like, but this really works and it really comes together well. That plus the fact that it's got this amazing artwork inspired by the movie The Keep. But yeah, definitely a band I recommend to see live with their big water buffalo singer just marauding around the crowd, holding his pint of beer. Probably a band I prefer live, to be honest with you. Seen them in a small venue, absolutely amazing. My first pick, Curbstomp Earth, Long Knife.
Nice. So for me, first pick, so out of all my picks, this is the only band who existed for a good long time before the 2020s. I've gone for Dropdead, the 2020 self-titled album, their third self-titled album, and their first album came out in 2020, and since 1998, although they're still active, releasing EPs, splits, etc, etc. They're just a fucking great band. We've talked about them on here, I think, back in the Power Violence video and stuff, and the Napalm Death show where they supported. Fucking amazing. I love this. I'm not sure 100% if Dropdead fans love it as much as I do, but I fucking love it. And his vocals is the first thing I notice is the difference is a lot clearer. Then you can kind of hear more. If you know Dropdead, it's obviously not always decipherable what he's actually saying. On this, you can kind of hear it a lot more clearer, and I saw a little interview with him, and he said that he just kind of thought what he wanted to say, he felt was so important to get it out that he wanted people to actually understand him a bit more, and changed his vocal delivery for it a little bit. Absolutely outstanding band. I just think that I think their discography is pretty much flawless, but this just the first good shift, and slightly with the vocal change, just make it a little bit more interesting again. So yeah, Dropdead, self-titled from 2020.
My next pick, definitely a bit more of a traditional Danny pick. I've gone Unpleasant Living by End It. Now, this is a band who I was always destined to love, because if you like bands like Maximum Penalty and District 9, End It, I've got that sound pretty much nailed. Yeah. Really good. Really amazing seeing their live videos where the singer often starts their set by singing a ballad. I seen a video where he got up with his mum before the set started, and they did like a duet together, and then he's like hit it, and it rips up into their set. It's absolutely fantastic, really good. Really, they've done a few really funny music videos as well. Amazing fucking Baltimore hardcore, but almost knows where to have a little bit of humour in there as well. Really good, really like relevant lyrics as well. Excellent band. Kind of a unique band for today. I haven't heard nothing like this in a while. This kind of sound.
No,
they're
fucking amazing.
Yeah, they're an amazing band. The band I recommend to you and told you that I don't know if you'll be into it, but you really liked it.
Fucking love it. Brilliant.
Yeah. So Unpleasant Living, End It.
Nice. So pick number 2 for me. I've gone for Impenetrable, Cerebral Forces by Gulch. So Gulch, this is like a mix of hardcore, grindcore, metal, or it's got quite a few little styles going on, I think. I came across this, if you've got Spotify, you know, sometimes you listen to something, when it finishes it'll just play you like something in that vein, or attempting to play you something in that vein. Anyway, this just came on randomly and I thought, this fucking else is interesting, this. Like, I had a few listens to it, I liked it, picked up the album. It's like definitely fucking it's got like some like thrashy riffs, black metal riffs almost in there, deep beat drumming. Like the drum kind of stays on like a hardcore kind of thing, but the time signatures shift sometimes, it's a bit mathy. Like I say, it's an amalgamation of a lot of things that are fucking, it's great. Like, I really enjoy it. Now, when I first heard it, I didn't really know anything about the band, so I looked them up a little bit, and someone called them Merchcore, which was exactly is an interesting thing, like, because
did they throw merch at you while they're playing?
Yeah. No, they used to do like limited runs of merch or something, and you know, people just kind of thought that was like more of a gimmick, and you know, just I think it was just a joke. Because I think it's fucking amazing. Anyway, like I say, all that aside, I don't know much about them outside of it. I know they split up, and it was intended to never be a long-lasting band. But that's my second pick anyway. Yeah, Gulch.
My next pick is something that my 21-year-old self would really love, and that is Missing Link, Watch Me Bleed. Real tough beat down hardcore from New York. Something that, you know, this is a style that everyone knows I've got a history with this subgenre of hardcore, but not recently. Like, it's very a lot of this bands who play this style now, a lot of it with me, I don't bother with any of it. But every now and then a band slips, you know, a band comes through and I'm like, nah, I really like this. This is really a throwback to something that I used to love. And Missing Link are really good. They remind me of a band called Lifeless from about 20 years ago. Really like meaty beatdowns and stuff. Some ignorant behaviour going on in the pit when bands like this play. And there's definitely a time for that kind of thing, in my opinion. Like I say, there's a lot of bands who play this style badly. This isn't one of them. Missing Link, Watch Me Bleed.
Nice. Pick number 3 for me. I've gone for Careening by Hammered Hulls. So I was always going to pick at least one Discord choice. This is Alec Mackay, Ian Mackay's brother, known for The Untouchables, Ignition, The Faith, obviously, The Warmers. Just an amazing vocalist. He's been around, like, they released a 7-inch in 2019, but I didn't come across it, wasn't aware of it. I was just browsing through a few, you know, an online site looking at some new releases, and this came up and I read a little description, like, fucking hell, I'm going to have to check this out, and immediately was just into it. Like, as soon as we decided this was the video we were going to do, this was the first thing that came into my head. I thought, yeah, definitely that's got to be picked. It blew me away. I'm a big fan, obviously, of this. It's very sounding like, you know, it's on Discord, sounds like it's on Discord. I think all the band originate from that scene, from various bands through the years. It's just fucking excellent, though. I'd highly recommend it if you're a fan of that sort of, you know, mid-80s DC sound. Get on Careening by Hammered Hulls.
My next pick, Quarantine, Agony, real meat and potatoes, pissed off, angry, no kickboxing with this stuff, none of that kind of thing. This is just real pissed off, angry, pulls no punches, hardcore.
Yeah.
I don't think you've heard these, but these are a band I think that if you give these, you're gonna like it.
Yeah,
you're gonna like it.
Like
yeah,
probably would be based on what you said.
Yeah, singer's just like a skinhead who just paces back and forth, real pissed off, throws back to like negative approach. Reminds me a little bit of 86 mentality, that kind of thing. Really good. Just you can tell just with the black and white artwork, it's just stripped down, no nonsense, fucking hardcore as probably it was meant to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how we are. Another album they've got called Exile, which is good too, but this is my pick.
Nice. Next pick for me, I've gone for Speed Kills by Chubby and the Gang. So obviously Chubby and the Gang have been around for a few years again. I think they started around 2019 as well. This is their debut album. It's the only one of theirs I've actually heard in full, and it's just a fucking so much fun. Just straight up punk, rock and roll. Couple of like slower moments, you know, harps and, you know, just little moments, little licks of like oi street punk's definitely in there, little bits of doo-wop even, I don't know. Some of the chord changes just remind me of some of those doo-woppy kind of old songs, like, because it's just very rock and roll, very rooted in a lot of that, but it's just so much fucking fun. Charlie Man and Walker, I think is the guy, the vocalist's name is, and he's been in various other UK hardcore bands. This, like I say, it's just half an hour. It varies a little bit, couple of slower moments. Grenfell Forever, definitely a standout song. It's just fucking, but it's just so much fun. Like I say, front to back, definitely. If you find like fast punk, fast rock and roll, catchy hooks, if you haven't heard Chubby and the Gang, you want to check that out.
My next pick, I've saved the best to last, and this is an album that is probably my favourite modern day hardcore record from New York City. Ekulu, Unscrew My Head. Now, this record, honestly, I'm gonna really, I've saved it to last. I'm gonna rant on more about it than any of the others. If you're into Cro-Mag, specifically Best Wishes era Cro-Mags, this album's for you. This was recommended to me a while ago, a few years ago, and as soon as I heard it, I was like, no, straight away, this has got me this. And then as soon as it rips from the intro into the first song, with the I was just like, oh my god, straight away, hairs on the back of the neck stood up, all the way through, incredible. Definitely my favourite modern day hardcore record. You move your body to it, it's one of them to really get you hyped up for the day, get you hyped up for a pissed off day at work, you know what I mean? Yeah. Really one of them. Near a perfect album in my opinion. This band split up. They went around long enough, but what a statement to leave. Ekulu, Unscrew My Head.
Nice. So last pick for me. So speaking of recommendations, so this guy recommends stuff from me quite often. Just send me the odd thing, say, yeah, I picked this up, heard this, check it out, you might like it. And I'd say 95% of the time, it's bob on. This is definitely one of them. I've gone with G.U.N, self-titled, came out in 2023. So yeah, Danny was over in Guac and Roll, bought a couple of records, sent me a WhatsApp with a picture of this, and just said, Geoff, fuck me mate, you'll love this, check it out, it's right up your street. Yeah. So a couple of weeks later, and I was over there myself, and I picked it up, and yeah, he was feeling 100% right up my street. Harps, they're from Nashville, I think, but it harps back to that LA yeah. West Coast 80s. Adolescent, Circle Jerks, early Black Flag, definitely.
It's like that stuff, but more aggressive, more fucking bit heavier, bit
more definitely
bit
darker lyrically, definitely as well. But it just fucking it's full throttle again. I think it's over in about 20 minutes, 25 minutes at most, and it's outstanding front to back. Out of all the picks, I saved this last myself because this was my favourite that's come out in the last few years. It's phenomenal. So if you haven't heard that, highly recommended by me, G.U.N.
Yeah, I think our friend Cerebral would probably be a fan of that record as well.
Sure, yeah.
So when you watch this, check that out. It's funny actually because when we decided to do this video and you asked me what I had already a couple of days ago and I'd said what I had and you said, I'm going to pick G.U.N. And I thought, oh, you twat. I completely forgot about G.U.N. Oh, so I'll give you one there, so you're welcome.
Oh, thank you. So what's your honourable mention?
For an honourable mention, what I'm going to do, rack my brain. You know what, why not? I'm going to go Pain of Truth, Not Through Blood, just because of how incredible you're live.
Cool. I'm going to go with Coriky, self-titled album. So those are picks. Let us know what yours are in the comments. Like and subscribe. Ring the bell if you want the notifications. Jump on the Instagram, the Facebook, and, like, follow, comment, all that stuff. It's all appreciated, and we'll see you next week.